Plaintiff Nick Kane says he and the defendant, who is his sister, have always been extremely close. Nick is a kid's clown and a party entertainer who sometimes sells popsicles on the beach. But he's suing his sister because when she sold popsicles with him, she took too much of the profit. Defendant Sierra Kane says Nick is extremely smart and was always a straight-A student, but he never really went anywhere with his life. Sierra denies taking more money than she was entitled to.
Start with you.
Well, first, before we get started too much here, I'd like to say that I appreciate how you use humor to sort of ease the tension of things, and I definitely hope that we can come to a resolution in a more fun way rather than a more, I don't know, stressful way.
I want to make sure I'm not mean with you because I go back and forth. I appreciate the humorous part, Judge. So be humorous today, not mean. I know you didn't say that part, but I know that's what you meant.
You know that was what I was thinking. All right.
Well, tell me about this.
Well, to start off, a little background on me. I don't make very much money at all, so it doesn't seem like it's a whole lot of money. But to me, like $10 is like $100 because I only make $6,000 a year. I live in a garage. You know, I don't have a lot of money. So
how do you earn the $6,000?
I'm a kid's clown. I'm a party entertainer.
All right, good. All right.
I'm in the funny business.
Very good.
But just because I'm in the funny business, I wanted to let you know that you may have had a few clowns in court, but I have a serious case and a serious issue which I'm pulling here.
Very good. Tell me about you and your sister's relationship over the years.
Growing up, she's been a really good girl, you know, if compared to some of my other brothers and sisters. But yeah, I mean...
got along most of the time?
Yeah, I mean, she's usually been really honest. And she likes me or liked me so much that she moved to LA just to be with me.
That's a good sister. You're right.
Plaintiff Nick Kane is suing his sister, who says despite the fact that Nick was always a straight-A student, he never really did anything with his life.
You want to tell me about your association with your brother?
Yes. I love my brother very much. Growing up, you know, really looked up to Nick. He's the oldest. You might not be able to tell, but he got straight A's in high school and college, just very smart. And that's what frustrates me about him is he has so much potential and he like doesn't know where to put it. He dresses like a ninja. One time he broke into my roommate's apartment and we were sleeping and he came in dressed as a ninja, scared us half to death. And we were just like, after that, we were really freaked out. There was another time.
He's a prankster. Go ahead.
Another time we were driving together and he pulled over, changed into his ninja costume. And then once he was in that costume, it was like he was a different person. And he was driving very frantically and like a maniac. And I was just really scared.
But you weren't hurt.
Luckily,
that was a prank.
Yes. I would
All
not,
right. Me and you need to hang out. I'm a prankster sometimes myself. We need to hang out.
Talking about. This is like the coolest judge ever.
After you told me what you want for him, after he has said he lives in the garage and makes $6,000, and then I hear he's brilliant and was in college, and therefore you want more for him, the only question is about him. Is he happy? Hold on. And if he's happy, that's what you should want for him. A lot of these people that are super achievers, they are just as unhappy as you can be. So he's happy for whatever reason. $6,000 a year is fine for him. Having fun and pulling pranks is what he wants to do. He doesn't want to be a doctor who doesn't have a life. He doesn't want to be a corporate lawyer who works 80 hours a week. He doesn't want to be a CEO on Wall Street who steals from people and makes tens of millions of dollars. He wants to do just what he's doing. And he's one of the happiest people I've ever seen. As long as he's not hurting anybody, he can live on Santa Monica. I've often thought about living homeless on Santa Monica?
I street perform on Santa Monica sometimes.
There you go. It's always warm
Yep.
in California. You don't have any responsibilities. You can just lay out in the sun.
I appreciate the insight and I appreciate the clarification and I appreciated the fact that you even made my sister laugh, which is no small feat.
All right. How does she owe you money? How does she owe you money?
Being that I'm really poor, one of the things that I sometimes do is I sell popsicles on the beach.
Go
Because
ahead.
there's lots of tourists and, you know, sell a popsicle on the beach. Well, basically, she knows that I do this and she was hurting for money. And she said, I'd like an opportunity to make money with you. I want to sell popsicles on the beach with you. I go and I pick up the popsicles for $22. And then she adds $11 to the petty cash or change that we give people.
Okay. And so,
Can I?
hold on.
Okay.
For her contribution, what is the agreement?
Oh, well, she wasn't giving it to me. She was using her $11 to make change because people would give me a $20 bill and then they would ask for change because a popsicle doesn't cost $20.
Why did you give him $11?
And we were going to go sell the popsicles and then attempt to divide the money evenly. The difference between 22 and 11 is 11, so that was our difference.
So
And
that's a
me-
net. You all divided it after expenses, and there you had net dollars, and your agreement was to split the net dollars 50-50.
That was my understanding.
All right. Was that your understanding?
My understanding was splitting the net profit. Yeah.
That's what she just said. So did you get your $22 back first,
No, I did not, Your Honor.
ma'am?
Your Honor, the way that it worked was...
I know how it works
Yeah.
based on what you just told me.
Obviously, Judge
I'm going to go
Mathis-
with what you told me.
Plaintiff Nick Kane is suing his sister, who says despite the fact that Nick was always a straight-A student, he never really did anything with his life.
Defamation or slander, how does she owe you for that?
So,
She said he wasn't funny.
What is that? You want to show me?
this is a Facebook post that she made about the popsicle sales. I'd actually like to bring Morgan into this a little bit. Even though Morgan is my sister's witness, I know that Morgan tends to tell the truth. So she can also say how my sister tells stories about me and stuff.
Come on up, ma'am.
Well, they're not stories if they're true.
Come on up, ma'am. State your name.
They are.
What do you want to tell me today?
My name's Morgan Dahlheimer. I'm here to testify on Sierra's behalf. I've been Sierra's friend for a long time, so I've seen like all of Nick's antics. I was there the day that he, came into our apartment and scared us as a ninja. And sometimes he's insensitive towards
All right.
Sierra.
Now, let me tell you what you have to prove with regard to slander. You have to prove that she said something to a third party, to someone other than you, intentionally trying to hurt your reputation, and it indeed does hurt your reputation. Prove it.
Well, she called me irresponsible. And
To a third party. Who was the third party?
Well, I hear it from a lot of her circle in her
That you're
monkey butler
irresponsible.
friends, and
How has it hurt your reputation?
it's hurt my
What
reputation.
monetary damages has it caused you?
Because I work with kids, and people have to trust me with
What
their
have they
kids.
done? What detriment have you suffered as a result of her
Well-
telling someone else that you were irresponsible?
Loss of my business. I'm
Oh.
a clown by trade.
Who did she tell that caused you to lose business?
Her friends on Facebook.
And her friends on Facebook were going to use you for business?
Well, that is how I actually get.
Were they going to use you
Yes,
for business?
because that
Show
is
me
how I-
evidence that they intended to use you for business, but yet they changed their mind
Well,
when
it's
they heard from your
potential
sister
business.
that you were irresponsible.
Well, I guess you got a point.
All right, thank you for the point. $11 is your judgment. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
And I hope that that you can, learn a lesson from this maybe and be a little bit more mature around my friends so I don't have to defend you, because that's typically what happens is they say that you act crazy and I'm like, no, my brother's a good guy. I even brought your shoes from the beach that we when we sold popsicles, so you can have those too.
Thank you.
Let's swing dance.